Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll introduce a fresh format focusing on easy home automation tips and tricks.
The final intent is to realize with various devices, including this one that I will then have to review. This is nothing more than the microphone, a whole system of pure Jarvis of Iron Man. So basically a virtual assistant that can manage the whole house and that can still entertain as well. A conversation, then ask for information, ask for a story to ask for anything else. I have already tried to do something similar. I have already managed to get good results. The problem that the machine, so practically let's say the hardware was very limited, and so I had to rely on external clouds, so practically
to supports and exteriors like Gemini.
And hence the idea of moving to more powerful hardware. What's in here? And then to have the virtual assistant directly on the car with immediately on board. The kit he used is a DB-Tronic kit. It's all included. It also has the option of having an SSD. Here it is, NVM, therefore external. So now I will follow step by step what is the guide they give us. Directly on Amazon. I purchased this from Amazon. I'm going to see the step-by-step guide and I'm rebuilding it. So this will be the hardware video. Let's go to assemble the hardware, and then little by little I'll go to, there will be all steps. I'll go to install Home Assistant above, and then I'll show you step by step all the steps that it takes to then get to what the Jarvis is. I would like to get. With that said, let's get started. This is the video.
From what I saw in the first sketch, there is already something strange. This is mine, and this is theirs.
Now it's just a box. Hopefully the content, since I haven't opened it yet, this is the work with you directly here. Let's hope it's not a chofeka, and let's hope there's everything they say inside the kit.
Let's go open the boxes. This is the kit's adapter component.
And here's the Raspberry Pi.
The power supply.
The metal case. There should be a fan and a heatsink. Yes, we have the Memoria SD, the cable to connect it to the monitor. Okay, let's say there is everything. We can go ahead with the video and see how to mount it then. So first thing to do is install paste, because they are the one which is the thermal paste above.
Now we essentially position them in this configuration as demonstrated. These components come with a protective film for added safety.
After all the films and attack,
I basically have to get this hole.
what about this hole?
So
Next, the spacers should be carefully mounted from the backside in preparation. With these.
Here's one thing I didn't do. I didn't mount the fan cable. Why? Why did I see that there was this lid that we have to blow up like this?
Okay, so on.
So we're going to mount this. We're going to the right position that
This.
perfect. Let's proceed with installing what is the adapter for solid state memory. So with the screwdriver that they give us in equipment, we go to avoid these 3 screws. Here's the tricky part, connecting this flat component individually.
On its connectors. As demonstrated in the video, we'll carefully lift these parts.
So let's just go and place this.
In this direction, right? It holds, yes. And we are going to fold this. Fingers crossed. Okay, the card.
microSD, we wait for me to insert it because I still have to load the software, but we can already insert this, which is the SSD.
What about this?
Which is slightly different. Nothing. I found this Queen super discount. It cost about 20, so I got this 128 giga one, which I think they are more than enough for the whole project set. That said, it is inserted into this, in this way.
Age inhabited with this little life here. Alright, let's align it properly.
I'll line the microSD port with this slot here. So that's it.
These marks correspond to the locations for screws.
These are the screws provided in the package. Now let's proceed to close the case.
Let's proceed with the test afterward and check if it lights up properly. Okay. And let's go attach the feet.
Now we are going to install the original 137 watt power supply. Check it out, there's even the branded logo on it. The Raspberry output is connected to Type-C. This is the detailed product information.
Small. Casey, it's fully metal, solid and durable.
So I have to find a way to connect this one behind the television, because together with all the rest of the home automation, together with all the rest of the infotainment that I have,
everything must be thrown behind the television that I have new that I bought 65-in OLED from Samsung that you can find online. I also made the video. Alright, with that said guys, let's try, see if it goes. Alright everyone, it powers on. Look, there's indicator lights working.
the power lights, and I don't know what else this, here it is. Beautiful here also started. Look at the blue light. It means that it also started. The hard disk was solid, so the top part also works. I connected it well.
And no guys, see you at the next video. Follow me because there will be all the other updates on the Raspberry Pi 5 and Easy Home Automation. Hey guys.